Hey guys, welcome back to BHB, and today for everyone we have a new topic, and that is going to be whether or not the Houston Rockets are for real this year. Are they actually a contender? Are they actually going to pull through in the playoffs? Not just be a regular season team, and are these guys going to be who they look like in the regular season? Right now they're third in the NBA. It is the 8th of January at the moment. They're beating and stuffing the Hawks right now. It's actually pretty bad. 77 to 62, I think. And currently, Lakers number 1, Nuggets at second, and the Clippers are 1 game behind the Rockets. So let's just get right into it. Basically, we're just going to look at the stats right off the bat, okay? We'll look at the stats, and then we'll look at the things that the stats miss. So right off the bat, there is a significant stat increase from last year due to the addition of Russell Westbrook. So, of course, with Russell Westbrook, there's going to be an increase in turnovers, less threes, better 2-point field goal percentage, an increase in pace, and better defense overall. Like, the other teams are having lower shooting efficiencies as time goes on. And that shows, honestly, a lot of stuff. So, first of all, increase in turnovers, that was expected. It's actually insane how you can literally see Russell Westbrook's impact on the team in the stats. His play style is just is evident when you look at the stats. So right off the bat, increase in turnovers, as you know, that's Russell Westbrook. That's his game. He's still averaging high in the high 4 point something when it comes to turnovers. It's insane. James Harden's taking the ball out of his hands a lot, and he's still turning over the ball an insane amount. And less threes. Russell Westbrook, the 3-ball is definitely not his game. He's shooting at 25% this year, and honestly, he's been passing up open threes. Attacking the basket more often. But in my opinion, shooting less threes is honestly something that the Rockets can definitely use. They shouldn't be shooting so many damn threes, and if they had actually developed their inside game, maybe they would have possibly won something a few years back. Now moving on, you have an increase in pace. Okay, personally with Russell Westbrook, of course, he likes to run the floor often, run in transition. I don't really like this, however. It's an increase in pace, and unfortunately, that's just going to kill their bodies as they move into the postseason. Because, Harden and Westbrook, they have been doing some load management, but at the same time, you're running back and forth consistently on offense. And the only issue here is that when it hits the postseason, after 70 to 80 games of this, Westbrook and Harden are just going to be gassed. And once you hit a 7-game series where there's more defense, more everything, more minutes, the defense is way harder to score against. An increase in pace is just going to be killing these guys. But, it ends off on the positive note. However, the better defense, which is the lower shooting efficiency by other teams, I don't think this is the impact of Russell Westbrook, more of the addition of Tyson Chandler and development of Clint Capella's game as a defensive anchor in the paint. And of course, Tyson Chandler, if you followed him throughout his career, he is an amazing rim defender and very efficient in the pick and roll as well. So, and now, the stats, like I said, they do show a lot about the team, but there's things that if you watch Rocket games, you feel very, very discouraged about, especially watching Russell Westbrook, who is having a massive impact on the team. Okay, so Russell Westbrook really hasn't changed at all. He still goes 100 miles per hour every play, and he's been taking actually some pretty solid mid-range shots, but I went even further in depth when it comes to his stats on mid-range, layups and threes. So he's shooting 43% from the field, 23% from 3, 37% from the mid-range, and 55% from layups. Then you would be like, 55% is not that bad. When you take into account that it's a layup and that you should be making around 3/4 of those as a typical NBA player, I don't know what you're doing here. As well as the fact that it was a 4% drop from last year. He used to shoot 59% in layups, and now he's only shooting 55%. That's kind of tough. I don't know if that's what you want if you're Mike D'Antoni and the Rockets, and you're looking at this and you're like, this guy's actually getting worse at layups, mid-range shots, and threes, and the field all at the same time. Pretty tough out here. And like I said, he is turning over the ball and saying, how do you, how are you turning over the ball with, I get it, him and Harden they're not on the court at the same time always, but it's literally the exact same amount of turnovers he had last year. And in my opinion, that is ridiculous. I mean, it shows little to no development of his game or his mental aspect of the game. And unfortunately, James Harden is an exact replica of last year as well. Like, when it comes to stats, he's an exact replica. However, if you watch his game, he's actually getting relatively more efficient. But here's the thing, like, when I say exact replica, everything but points has stayed the same, alright? So he has more points, of course, because he's having better efficiency from the games, and he has the same stats basically for everything else like I just mentioned. He goes at the same high pace for 38 minutes per game. And honestly, not only that, but you have to also add in the fact that he is doing ISO ball like every 3 plays or so. Like, he's running the ISO ball step back 3 in his game, and I just don't know what he's doing. Like, he's gonna get tired, and when he hits the postseason where he's playing 43 minutes a game, and he's saying it's just during game 6 or game 7, he's not gonna have anything left in the tank. He's gonna be tired, he's gonna be broken, honestly, offensively, and defensively, of course, he's not gonna be trying. And offensively, when those legs are shot, you're not going to get enough lift during that step back in order to really score. Now, moving on, we also have the fact that he's taking 12.3 free throws per game. Now, that's pretty cool and all, but during the playoffs, we must anticipate a 2 free throw drop. Like, he should be only shooting around 8 to 9 free throws a game, and this is like throughout the history. Like, I went into the stats, I looked at his free throws during regular season and how they compared to the playoffs. There is a 2 free throw drop from the regular season to the postseason. So yeah, anticipate that. But honestly, here's the big issue. Mike D'Antoni is not a championship winning coach. He never will be. And I mean, look at this, okay? So James Harden, even though he's putting up an amazing season, that's only because you really can't trust Westbrook with the ball because he can't shoot. So Harden is still the main ball handler, okay? Unless you want Westbrook to attack the basket, which he can actually create shots for others. But when it comes to like getting an efficient shot, you usually go to James Harden because he can attract attention way better. So Westbrook's lack of shooting gives Harden the ball more often. The D'Antoni offense, of course, loves Harden because he can shoot the 3 and he gives the ball out to shooters way more efficiently because teams respect James Harden more than they respect Russell Westbrook. It's not an opinion, it's just a fact. I think B-Ball Breakdown did a video where the Warriors basically, quote unquote, figured out the Rockets, and it was basically just leave Russell Westbrook wide open every time for 3 and just double team James Harden. Like that's a huge lack of respect for Westbrook, but then again, he needs to learn how to shoot 3 again if the team is going to even have a chance in the postseason. But yeah, with D'Antoni's offense and the lack of respect for Westbrook, that gives Harden the opportunity to dribble the ball more often, and that's just going to lead to an amazing regular season, which is happening right now. 38 points per game. That's insane. That's crazy. Those are amazing stats. But once, like I'm telling you, once you hit the postseason, it's over. It is over. Trust me, alright? This guy stands no chance during the postseason. And here's the real issue here. Against top 8 NBA teams, the Rockets are 4-4. So, like, top 8 NBA teams. So not only the contenders like the Lakers, Bucks, Clippers, but against like teams that are just one tier below that, they're 4-4. That means they might be included in Game 7s in the second round, as early as the second round, and that's just not going to happen. Like, James Harden cannot survive a 7-game series. If anything, his shooters cannot survive a 7-game series. Once your legs get shot in a 7-game series, the ability to shoot the ball goes to crap, alright? Look at Game 6 and Game 7 of the games last year against the Warriors, and 2 years ago as well. Game 6 and Game 7, Warriors won. Game 6, Warriors won. Because all the Rockets, every single person on their roster except Clint Capella, the centers, are shooters. And as a result, the Rockets, if they get to a Game 7 or a Game 6, you can definitely expect them to not close in Game 6 and then blow a lead in Game 7. Because, in the start, everyone's legs are nice and ready, but hit third quarter, it's over. And we've seen this so many times with the Rockets, and that's really just the main issue here. So my conclusion, overall, the increased talent in the West is going to eliminate the Rockets in the first or second round. I don't think they're going to even make it to the Western Conference Finals. Like, seriously, Westbrook's addition will lead to high entertainment, fast-paced basketball filled with errors. And as a result, that's going to lead to Harden having like a record-setting season, but him and Westbrook are going to fall apart under the intense defensive mindset of the playoffs. And when the lights shine the brightest, Harden is, hey, it's almost a guarantee at this point that he's going to choke during Game 7s or Game 6s. And as a result, Harden, Westbrook with Mike D'Antoni's system and the pace that Harden and Westbrook set for themselves, they're going to be exhausted during the series. I'm telling you guys, watch this year's Game 6 or Game 7, first round or second round. First round, I do think whoever they face, at this point, I think they're going to be facing like the Mavericks or something. Watch Harden and Westbrook absolutely destroy teams Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, Game 4, and if they can sweep, that's what they want. But the moment this series hits 6 games and Westbrook and Harden start playing 40-minute games, 42 minutes, 43 minutes, it is over. They are going to start suffering, and the long regular season with all the minutes that James Harden is playing, all the fast-paced offense that Westbrook is setting, it's going to show up, and this team is once again going to falter in the postseason. And honestly, I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm just telling the stats, telling what I see when I watch these games. It's really, really discouraging. But the only positives I see are, like I said, the development of Clint Capella and the addition of Tyson Chandler. They're great rim defenders, and they're really going to be able to stop teams from attacking the paint. But they're not perfect. Teams are going to be able to eventually score in the paint. And I honestly don't. It's like a train wreck waiting to happen, and I don't want to see it at all. So trust me, I will not be surprised if the Rockets sweep in the first round, but the second round, and definitely the Western Conference Finals, you are going to see their stamina fade rapidly. Thank you guys all for watching. Hope you guys had a great day. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you guys disagreed about anything. If you have any of your own personal ideas about how the Rockets are going to be able to play this season. And if you guys do, let me know. And yeah, so hope you guys all had a great day, and goodbye.